Good morning. Thursday already. Happy Thursday and welcome to the SHAC Shack. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. Come on in. We only get 1 hour a week now. I know. I can't tell you how busy we are at the moment, how busy I am. But it's all good. It's all good. And I was looking forward to hanging out with my friends this morning. So I hope that you're there. Paul, is the sound okay? That would be great. And then we'll just hang out and wait for our friends to turn up. I can't find the right glasses, so it's a little bit, I can't see if anybody's in or not, because I can't. Somewhere buried in the stuff from the TV marathon are my other glasses. So it's all right though. It's all right. That's why I've got loads of different pairs. Paul says the sound is clear. Come on in. Let's have a doodle session together, shall we? And hang out. Grace is asleep. Mrs. Jetlag. So it's lovely to have her home though. It's lovely to have her home. And this afternoon we should go over to Mum and Dad so she can see her granddad at long last at her Roma. So that'd be nice. Look, no hair, all gone. Oh, I tell you what, that's the easiest way to lose half a stone. It was like walking around with a carpet on your head. I hadn't realised how long and heavy it was. It was just down to here, you know, and I thought, maybe that's why I've got such neck ache, because my hair's so heavy. Anyway, it's all gone now, look. I look 10 years younger. Go on, tell me I do. Tell me I do. I need to look 10 years younger. Nice hair. I know, Paul. Which one? Do you want some? I should have put all the stuff that they cut off in a bag and we could have knitted you a wig. I bet we've got the same colour hair, but we wouldn't know, would we? Oh, catty. Not at all. I love Paul Church. You know I do. Come on in. We were doing the baubles last time. Is everybody here? Everybody happy? I can see a lot of movement. I just can't read it. Sorry. I'm rubbish at this. This is what we need today. Have you got your bauble shapes? Bauble shapes would be good. If you haven't, anything round. Anything round. We're going for round. That's the basis of it. That's the basis of what we're going to do today. So it's baubles, but it's not baubles. And I'll show you. I'll show you where we're headed. Let's give everybody a couple of minutes to catch up with us. We need pencils. You know we do in the SHAC Shack. Safe, happy and creative. And we need pens. We might not get to that today, but if we do, we need a couple of micron pens. Alrighty. And I tell you what, if you've got, you know, our stamp board shapes, these would be brilliant. These would be brilliant for today. And I'll show you where we're going. But first of all, let's all gather together. Right, so the stamp board shapes, this is the large square one. They come in hearts and bunting shaped like triangle and circles and squares. Yeah, really cool. Paul will give you the link to the website. They're so lovely for drawing on and so nice for stamping on as well. And they're perfect for doodling. And I thought, because in the shack, we doodle, don't we? We doodle. And we were doodling, quite so warm in it. Am I having one of my moments again? Or is it actually? It doesn't know what it wants to do here. Did you have lightning last night? We had a right little lightning show going on. What a strange summer, eh? I sat outside with Grace in the garden yesterday afternoon, and she said it's beautiful. I said the last time I sat out here, the last time we were able to sit out here was when you were here last time, a couple of months ago. That's how long it's been. It's just rained and rained and waned and waned, hasn't it? Yeah, so Gracie's under the false illusion that it's always nice here. Just nice when she gets here. She must bring the sunshine with her, which she does. Right, are you ready to rock and roll? Let's get going, shall we? Let me think. Would you like to see where we're headed? I'll show you, and then we'll deconstruct. So if you've got these, let me see if I've put the right camera on. I think I have. Right, you got these. Good. And then what we can do, you see, let me show you. We can take the shapes. Let's take that shape, for example, and I can doodle into the shape. Do you see? Look, if I take that away, I've taken that shape and I've doodled like an abstract flower into that shape. Or let me take this shape. Let me take the round one, which is why I said all you need is a cup or anything to draw around. And then we can take that one and you can see where I got my shape from for this one. So the point I'm making is just because we're going to go with a round one, that doesn't mean that it's only round. You could take anything with an outline, a shape like this, and you can do a bell like what we're going to do. You could do this. This one would be pretty cool, you know, just sort of cool. That one actually tells you exactly what you're doing. That one, we might have to try that one later. And then this one, any shape, all right? We're going to start with simple, aka round, so that we get to understand how it works, and then we can work backwards. So let me show you where we're headed, shall we? Let's have a look. This is where we're headed. So it's a hole. Does it look like a hole from where you're, does it look like a hole? Like you're going down into a dark depth there, and it comes out. Does it look like that? I'm not quite finished with it yet, but I think so. Let's have a look on the other camera. Does it look like a hole if I hold it like, look, it looks, yeah, an angle, look. Hey, good, isn't it? Look, see? So look, see where the hole is? And you could put the hole anywhere you like. Just depends where you angle all the lines. But I thought we could have a go at that, because I know we like doodling. We could put little accents in. I was going to just little beads, and all dangling. Yeah? What do you think? It's very easy. It's very easy once you deconstruct it. So that's what we'll do. And I'll tell you what it was. Do you remember right back in the beginning? Because we made the decision, we in the shack made the decision to keep it simple. Because last year what was happening was we were getting together and it was getting more and more complicated and more and more intricate and more challenging. And I was starting to stress over it. And I know a lot of people were like, well, I can't do that. It's impossible. And then I think it was at the point where we did Camelot and the horses. And I thought, oh, what are we doing here? You know, there were a handful of people that were really excelling at it. And then hundreds of people were like, nah, this is beyond me now. And also we were losing the essence that is the shack, which is that a bunch of us are hanging out together and just enjoying each other's company. So there's no point. It's not a masterclass in illustrating. It's just hanging out together, doing a bit of doodling, calming the mind, bit of a mindful process. It's all about the slow down. And this is a sort of perfect little exercise. And I remember last year when we did a particular one and you really liked it. I remember you really got into this one. And I thought, well, let's do a variation on this particular one. We've even got stamps, and I see the stamp all the time. It's a bendable stamp. Do you remember this when we did the Barb's Quirky House? This one. Look at that. That was in lockdown, 9th and 10th of April last year. Golly. If you want to see where this is and you're new to the fold, on the YouTubes, it's episode 10 and episode 11. Episode 10, we did the shack. Episode 11, we did this funky frame. And we really enjoyed doing that. And I thought, let's try something the same but different. Okay, the same but different. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And this actually, my friends, is the same but different. Okay, so have you got your tracing paper? We'll use tracing paper. Defo. Pad of tracing paper. You got that? Pencil. I'm going to use an HB pencil. HB. Yeah? Okay, we got that. I'll keep showing you that so you know where we're going. And then I'll show you how I arrived at that. Because I think it's all about the deconstruction. It's easy once you know how. So let's have a look. You there? Oh, I just clicked a button with my finger now. Right. Are you ready, my friends? Right. So we'll take this one. Let's do the circle. And we'll do it a couple of times if it doesn't work. So we just want a circle, basically. I'm going to stick it underneath. My hands are really... It's so clammy in here, stormy. There's a storm brewing again. Let me see. Where do I want to put this? Let's stick it up in the top there. So I've got more space. Right. So just want the circle. I think I need to sharpen my pencil a little bit, friends, because this is a rubbish pencil sharpener. Absolute crikey, Barbara. You nearly thought I said something else then. Right, yeah, it's rubbish. But the thing is, when we went up to the TV last week and came back Monday, right, I literally took everything. I don't think there was much left in here. If I was going to paint this room, the weekend would have been an ideal opportunity because there was nothing left in it. Everything went up to the TV studios, including my pencil sharpeners. Okay, pencil, tracing paper, something circular. But we're not going to draw the circle. We're not going to draw the circle. We're going to draw round the circle. Right, ready? So you start at the top. Let me just get my eye in here. Right, and what we're going to do, we're going to make, it's like folds. Okay, and the more folds you make, the more of these you're going to have. Look, I'll show you. I'll draw it, air draw it first so you understand where we're going. So this is the circle right there. And we're going to go, here we go. Let me just get my eye in. Right. So we're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you have to say it out loud, okay? Because if you don't, it doesn't work. It's something you just got to do. So I'm going to turn this in, because I'm going to turn it round while I go. That's in place now. And I'll start here, and then I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to go up, down. Here we go. Right, ready? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up. I've got to join it up now. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Alrighty, that work? Voila. See, if you wanted to do this one, it's the same thing, different shape, that's all. Look, so you go like that, and you go, same thing, honestly. Just do this. Hang on, let me get my eye in. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You want it maybe longer, like that, a little bit more. Then you go in, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Get it tighter at the top. Down, up, down, up, down. Well, hey. So you see, because you've got a line underneath, and you just go above the line, below the line, above the line, below the line, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it just gives you a perfect wave like that. If you didn't have that line, you probably wouldn't get that much. You wouldn't get it so accurate. Okay? Makes sense. You know it does. Now, once you got that, right, you catch up. Come on, catch up. It'll be fine. Everything all right? Everything all right, Paul? I've got a nice cup of tea. You rock. Here we go. Gracie just asked if I need a cup of tea. No, love, I don't. I've got one. But thank you. That means she's up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take our round one. Should we try the round one? Or do you want to try Have you only got the round one? All right, I heard you. I hear ya. So what we're going to do next, let's look at where we're headed. I think when you're deconstructing something, it's always good to go forward, have a look at where you're trying to go, and then come back again. Right, so let's go forward again. So that's where we're headed, right? Now, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we've got that, we know that now. Let's look at the rough one. Yeah, look, almost identical. Ken says that all the up and down sounds like an exercise. This is about as much movement as you're going to get out of me today, Ken. Right, now, decide where you want to put the hole. Do you want the hole in the middle? Do you want the hole to the left? You see, I think that it looks more I don't know, it's an optical illusion, isn't it? But I think it looks more impressive if it's off to one side. So I'm going to put my hole there. Just put a dot somewhere, and that'll be your hole. Okie dokie. Now what you want is your up part is going to be up, and then lower is up behind, in front, behind, in front, behind. Here we go, look. In front, behind, in front, behind. So the up is in front and the down is behind. God, blimey, it's hot in here. Crikey. Right. So now we've got to concentrate. So let's start at the bottom because we haven't got so far to go. And we're not doing straight lines because I think it's going into a hole. Should I come in a bit closer? Let me come in a bit closer. Where did I put that fan? Do you know? Just bear with me a minute. We had a fan in there. I'm going in the cupboard now. There it is. Right. Come with me. Because it is really, really, really baking in here. And like, not enjoyable when it's that hot, you know, with your new haircut and it's running down your neck. Oh, I tell you what. Somebody said on Facebook earlier that she didn't think I'd be here. Chris Berry, because I'm a martyr. No, I'm not. I'm not a martyr. I know a few martyrs and I'm not one of them. But when you've invited about 200 people for a cup of tea, you really should let them in. Right, let's have a look. This is better. Middle. You can't hear that very much, can you? Oh, oh, that's better. Can you hear it? Listen. Oh. Cold air. Nice. Okay, moving on. Back to the doodle. So we've got that now. And now we're going to, because this is a hole, we're going to go like a kind of an arch into the hole. Okay, so this is, let's start, I'm going to go slowly. So we'll start here. This is the down. So we want the up bit here, don't we? Let me get this right. The first one's the key. So if that's down, then this is up. So I'm going to go into the hole there. Right, see, it's not there. It's because that's the down bit. So it's like halfway in between, isn't it? So think it through. Then we're going to go there as well. So I'm going to go into the hole like that. Now I'm coming down. Don't worry about that bit. Now this is going to come into the hole again. So really we want to turn it round now, don't we? See, so that's going to go like that, up, and now down. It's a thinking game, this. Does that make sense? Now we're down in the dip. Down in the dip. Let me think a minute. So back in the hole. So halfway up. And in we go. And then halfway up and in we go. This is working. Take your time. Halfway up here. And then it's going to go in the hole. And then halfway up here. Right, are we in? Oh, is it working, Paul? Really? Sorry, Paul. Sorry, Paul. I need to speak to Paul. Can you ring me? Right. I'm back, am I? Okay. All right. The internet dropped here, and so I knocked you out. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Bye. Are you there? Cool. If I wanted a hot flush, that's the way to have one. Gracie just said, you're back on. Thanks, Grace. The internet dropped in the house. There you go. But that's the worst that happens today. It'll be a good day, won't it? Hey? Right, cup of tea. Give you a chance to find me again. Can you find me all right? And then we'll go again. Sorry about this. Technical glitch. That hasn't happened before, has it here? Not in the restream thing. Let's have a look. Everybody there? Or have we lost you? Is everybody back, Paul? Give us a clue and then I'll get going again. Right. Sorry about that, people. It's all right, though. We're only doing doodle. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. It is never the event, but how you respond to it that will ultimately affect you. And this kind of stuff, we can't get our knickers in a twist over this sort of stuff, can we? Hey? No, we cannot. Come on. If the last 1.5 years has taught me anything, it's to not sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff, because there's much bigger stuff out there, which right sizes all this kind of stuff, okay? And stop worrying about stuff that you can't control, hey? Right, are we back on track? Good, good, good. Let's have a look. So we're making our waves. Just to recap, this is where we're going, see? So we're going like that, and you'll see it starts to stretch as we go further away from the hole. So now, let's have a look. We're going to go like that, and then we're going to come, oh, I've got the wrong pencil. 4H. Let's go HB, let's go simple. Right, here we go. There, that's it. Yeah, isn't it the truth though? You know, worry about little things. There was a time that would have freaked me out. And now I just think, well, whatever. Sure, there'll be a good reason for it. So now I think it's a good idea to go round like this. Do you know what's lovely? That's what I was going to say before we lost our connection. What a nice way to do rolling hills. You know, like if you imagine that this is, you could put a little church in there. I'm not saying, you know, or a little house or a little cottage, and then Happy Christmas up here. You get it? This is like an aperture. You're looking through. We're making a scene again through a hole. Except it's not a straight scene. It's a. I think that'd be quite nice. Something to bear in mind. Right, let's have a look here. So we've got, make a couple of little dots so that we know where we're going. I mean, you can see why we're doing this, why we do this on tracing paper, can't you? I wouldn't fancy doing this straight. What's happened here? That one, that one. Now I've lost my thread here. That do. Let's keep going slowly. Right, so then this one goes to there, and over it goes. And then this one goes to there. See, the thing is, if there's a couple, like what I found was that there were a couple that I didn't like the angle, if you know what I mean. And so I just rubbed them out and put them in the right place. See, that one's a bit ropey. So that's down, and then am I doing too many here? Right. I reckon this would be all right. Always halfway up. Now what's happening here, Barbara? Are you doing your hot? See, that's a bit ropey, that one. Don't even pursue it if it's wrong, because obviously, look, I've just opened a massive hole there. There you go. Can't find my brushes. Oh, hang on, there's one. That'll do. So if you use your hand to sweep, you just move all the, it just gets all black, doesn't it? Do you remember when you were kids? Always ended up with black here when you were drawing. What am I talking about? When we were kids, I still do. So this is down, this is up. Silence is golden. Right. So this is a bit ropey, this one. It's gone a bit funny up the top. That's all right though. I'm going to get this. That's underneath. That's on top. This is an on top one. So I'm going to make this one quite tight. Coming in from the center, I think. It gives me more control down the... Okay. This is going to be nice when it's done. Just looks a bit ropey at the moment. Now, what have we got here? What have we here? So we've got a down one. So I've got one more I've got to kind of put in there, haven't I? How are you doing? Is yours... See, that's a down and that's a down. I feel like it's too busy over here. Should be big. Do you see what I mean? It's like you don't want any more than that, but that won't work. So I need one more like that. It's a bit busy, but hey ho, that'll do. Jury's out on that bit. You can see what I mean. It's much bigger and looser over there. Did I suddenly start doubling up over here or something? I don't know. No point in pursuing it if you're not happy with it, Gray. If you don't like it, change it. So that, I'm going to change this then. There you go. Sort this right out. So if, in that case then, right, because it doesn't make sense what I've done here. This is the bottom. So let's make that, right, we're giving it a facelift now. This is the beginning. Right, so that goes like that, and then it goes like that. Bigger over here. Okay. See, so you could just modify it. Then this one's going to be there, because it's halfway up the hill, and then that one's taken out altogether. And then this one, I'm going to move it over a little bit. So it goes to here. I reckon that's probably something's wrong over here. I know it, but it's all right. You know when you've gone wrong? Let's have a look. So that goes down, up, down, 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 Barbara. Down, down, up, down. That's better. Got it. You know when you're looking at something, you think, well, something's ropey here. Yeah, that'll do. And there's your hole. It comes down like that. It's a bit big, but I like it. I might have to bring this one over a little bit, only because to balance it out a bit. Do the same thing now. If yours is looking a bit ropey in a certain area, now's the time to change it. You see, I like that better now. Yeah, that's it. More like it. Yeah, and then that's the hole there. So this one needs to come, that's it. Still our biggest selling product, you know, on the website. Our eraser pencils. We are funny, you know, we crafters. Cool. So we've got that now, and we've got our, I think that will do, don't you? Good enough. So once we've done that, the next thing we need to do is go round like this and establish what's above and what's below. So once we've done this, the next thing is we're going to go back over, sharpen your pencil, Can you hear it cracking? Oh, my lovely pencil. Okay. Right. And now we'll start up here, and we're going to actually define now. Here we go. So this one is above, and it actually goes above. So I'm going to go like that above and come back down. This one goes above, look like this. You can, there you go. If you do this, then you'll see it. This is up. So we're going hills and dales here. Hill, hill. So it's almost going to be as if it's wrapping around. Look. Okay? Do that. See, once you start... See, this is what I like about doing it like this. When you look at that, you think you wouldn't know where to start. You think, oh, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Right? But then when you start deconstructing it, it actually is really easy. Here you go. See? So now we've got our outie and innie. All right? So what we can do next is define them more, because we're going to need... We're going to need a little bit more lead to transfer when we do that as well, aren't we? So now we're going to pull those lines. Don't go too fast, Gray. Right, and we'll pull them into that hole. Drag along and in. Here we go. It's not so bad. Once you get your eye in. So we're coming out like that and in. Are you doodling? Oh, hello. All right. Hey, are you doodling along with me, or are you just watching me? Are you just having your coffee and chilling in the room? Do you know that's fine as well? It's fine. I think today would be a day that I would do that as well if I weren't driving the bus. Cool, we had a busy weekend, didn't we? Yes, we did. And I don't ping back like I used to. I really don't. I was good for nothing yesterday. You do feel your age after a marathon like that, I tell you. Here we go. This is going to be nice. Pretty. Looks like a flower. Looks like a hibiscus. Now let's take our eraser. I better sharpen that a bit as well, actually. Are you enjoying this? Is it just... How many of us are there? It's not a numbers game. It's a company game. And then what we'll do is we'll take this bit out. See? Let's just rub that bit out. The inner line that we just made. And then all of a sudden... It looks like, starting to look 3D, see? What I like about this trick is that it evolves. So as you do it, see? Just get rid of this bit. As you do it, it starts to get dimension. And it really, really pops when you start shading. That's when it really comes to life. But it's already pretty good here, look. Let's just take these bits out and you've definitely got... So if you wanted to do shells, this looks like, to me, it looks like... Do you remember abalone shells? That's like an abalone shell, isn't it? If we did a little bit, you know exactly what I mean. You know? Do you remember back in the day, the ashtrays? Not the conchy ones. They used them for ashtrays. Terrible. I mean, what were we thinking? I used to use this really nice abalone shell as an ashtray in the garage so that the kids couldn't see me smoking. And I remember Gracie, little madam, she came to me. She found it in the garage with all the cigarette butts in it. I gave up when I was 34, so she was only little, tiny, right? And she came to me with this abalone shell. We lived in California, and you could pick them up off the beach, these beautiful shells. And she said, and you know the ones I mean, they're just like this, really gorgeous. And she said, Mommy, because she spoke with an American accent in those days, Mommy, I wanted to listen to the ocean, but look, yuck, right? Because it was, and she guilted me into giving up smoking. She is the reason I gave up smoking, because she made me feel so bad about this abalone shell come ashtray. And I was thinking the other day as well, now I do a lot of pottery, don't I? And I remember when I was a kid, when I did pottery at school, what did I make for my mum and dad? An ashtray. You learn what you're taught. Yeah, I made them an ashtray. In fact, Gracie, if you go in the bedroom upstairs, you don't have to bring it down now, I'll show you next week. There's a turquoise slab thing. That was it. That was the ashtray. And Mum and Dad used it for years until they gave up. So we all give up eventually, don't we? It either kills us or we give up, one or the other. But yeah, ashtrays. Now we make olive bowls. So we've got that. And the next thing we want to do, let's go back to the beginning. The next thing we want to do now, I think, would be to transfer it. So we're going to take it and we're going to transfer it to, I'm going to use a mount board. So we're going to transfer it to the stamp board. You can transfer it to anything, transfer it to a bit of card, transfer it to whatever you fancy. But I want to make, because then when I've done this, I'm going to do more doodles around the outside. So this is going to become a beautiful, it's going to look like a proper, like a hole. Okay. I'm going to use that. I've already done one. Look, I've practiced. I've been here for a couple of hours doing this. I got up specially. I did. I got up especially because yesterday I didn't have it in me to figure out what we were doing. I thought, oh, Barbara. I love doodling, don't you? It's so constructive. And it's also because you've got to think about what you're doing. Whatever's going on in your life, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about how to get to the point. It's a lot of hand-eye coordination. There you go. Right. So, what do you think of my hair? It's really short. Honestly, she cut that much off. Karen cut at least that much off. I feel all lightheaded. So, right, flip it over and then decide what corner do you want it in. There's definitely a bit of symmetry going on here. So is that going to be the corner? Like that? Or is that going to be, you can put it where you like, just turn it around, can't you? Okay, I'm going to put it there, like so. Now I've got choices. What have I got here? Let's use the one that I've just done, Barbara. Let's use the one I've just done. Get rid of my tracing paper. There we go. That would be nice like that, I think. Do you agree? Now, can you believe I haven't even got any low tap masking tape around to hold it in place? Right, if I had some low tap masking tape, friends, I'd use it. But as it is at the moment, in here, honestly, when I said I took everything but the kitchen sink up to the studios, I mean everything. So right, that'll do. I could fold it round, I suppose. That would hold it in place. That will hold it in place. There you go. Needs must, needs must. Right, so now I can see what I'm doing when I do it like that. So I'm on the back and I'm going to use a harder pencil to transfer. Let's see if it works. So I'm using 4H. Oh yeah, I say. Right, so we'll start there and then we'll go for it. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to do the outy bits. I won't even worry about the inny bits. In other words, I'm just making these bits, see? So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Just come back in again slowly. So when I lift this off, see, I'm using these bits. I'm not doing the inside bits, just the outy bits. Okay, so we'll come in like that, and then see, because you're using a harder pencil, it you get a sharper line. So are you using card or are you using stamp board like me? Check what you're doing. Nice, nice. So you've got lots of options here as well. That's the other thing. Oh, hang on. Make sure it's in the right place. That's why, Barbara, you really want to tape it down. Hand-eye coordination. What you do is keep your eye on the road ahead. Like, don't look at the tip of the pencil. Look at the honestly, you use it as an experiment. When you're doing this, right, let me just see where I am. Okay. If I keep my eye on the nib like that, then I will wobble as I'm going down. I can't help it. If I keep my eye about, I don't know, not even 1/4 of an inch, but I'm keeping yeah, there you go, perfect. You keep your eye on the road ahead. And when you do that, you watch. Check, just for the hell of it, check the difference. Keep your eye on the nib and see how you get on. And then keep your eye on the road ahead. It's quite interesting how it changes. I've just got to make sure that I'm in the right place though, because of my absence of low tack masking tape. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's the same when you ride a motorbike. I've said this before. If you keep your eye on the wheel in front, the front wheel, you're going to wobble all over the place. But you keep your eye on the road ahead, and suddenly it's just a smooth ride. It's a smoother ride. You know, because when you're on a motorbike, you've got to stay in a certain part of the road. Well, you wouldn't believe that these blokes out there on their bikes have actually done their test. But normally what you do is you keep your eye on the road ahead, and it immediately, wherever you keep your eye, it will automatically go to where your eye points you. It just does. If you look over there, the bike will start going in that. You know, it's just the way it is. It just keeps you right in the right place. We sold our bikes, Dave and I. I've got rid of mine. My Harley and his Harley. We decided to let them go. That chapter is closed. That's okay. That's okay. We've got other things to think about. Look, doesn't that look nice though? Check it out. Look. So you see now, let me just hold that in place so it doesn't move. We've got a really funky doodle flower. If we didn't add the bits underneath now, look, abalone shell, hole, optical illusion, funky flower. And it all comes from, and that's the point, this. So and my point is this, the reason I'm going to the baubles is because actually you could do the same theory with any of these shapes. So a mad bell, you could put a hole there, or up there would be brilliant, or you see what I mean, or a star. See now that one, if you put the hole there right in the middle and then everything came to that hole, that would be stunning. Maybe we'll try that one next week. Let's have a look. So let's put that down again. Hopefully that hasn't moved, but it has, you know it has. It has moved. Let me relocate it. Let me just relocate it. That'll do. Yeah, let me just check that I'm in the right place. I feel I'm not. It's really easier if you tape it down, friends. Let me see if I go there. Let me just do one. Yep, that'll do. Okay, we're in. And now I'm going to just add, just check. I think I'm a little bit out. A little bit out. Let's check. Good enough. This is what we call our template or our practice piece, isn't it? This is where we figure out what we're doing and what we want to improve on. I reckon. Good job. Right, have you got yours? Done it. Done it? Look, I've done it twice now. And it worked both times. Different ones though, look. Different. I think that's the thing about these as well, is they do change. This is quite a good one too. How did I do that? Same sort of thing. Started with a circle, ended up with ribbon wrap, see? Right, so now we've done that. Okay, sip of tea, and then we need to pen. Let's pen it. Well, at least put the outline in. But there's a trick to this, because you can add the black, but you can't take it away. So one thing that I want to do with you, because I made the mistake, that's why I'm on the bus, I went the wrong way, so I backed it up, and now I'm coming to you to say, right, let me show you where I think I went wrong, where I could have improved it, but it was too late. Okay, let me show you. See, if you go to this one, right, it looks good. Doesn't that look like a hole, like the top of a trumpet or something? Trumpet flower. What you don't, let me take a pencil to show you. We're going to put the lines around these bits, but not put the line there. We're not putting the black bit here. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do this bit, the outer, like we did just now. So we're not going to pen this bit. Get it? Not this bit, this bit. The up, not the down. The high, not the low. Okay, we're concentrating on the highs, not the lows. Which one shall I do? This one's a bit darker. No, this one looks a bit more. Yeah, okay. Right. Bit of copy paper just to check what nib are you. Do you use these? This is an 01 I'm using. I love these pens. Have we got any of these in stock, Paul? Stock, comma, Paul. Otherwise it's like, well, where's stock, Paul? Okay, lovely. We'll use them. Number 1. These are wonderful artist pens. So what we'll do is we'll come from the center, start on the little areas, it's easier, and we'll go out and over. Right, so into the hole, up. Let's do that bit, and then we'll do the top bit like so. And then we'll go back into the hole, same place again. Let's take our time. Keep your eye on the road ahead, and back we go. Nice. And again. Back in the hole, back in the hole. There we go. It's not bad, is it? Keep your eye on the road ahead. Nice. So who's going to join in tomorrow evening with Linda and me? Gracie too. Hey, we're having a pajama party. It's all about keeping each other company. And Linda's done a beautiful project for us to to craft along together. So it's a craft along, and the reason we call it a pajama party is because it's in the evening, and it goes on as long as we need it to go on. That's one of the best things about the Facebook Live things that we do, is that there's no real switch off point. We decide when we switch it off, unless we have a dip in the internet. Right, here we go. Line. Cool, it gets a bit, in the end, you're looking at these lines. Let's have a look. That one there. So if you're into groovy, is my head in the way? Sorry. My new haircut. Let me just have a look. Oh, yeah, it is a bit. Okay, I'll come into this one. There you are. Right. Slowly, slowly. Paul, do us a favour. Could you put the link on for our friends so that they can find the ingredients, what they're going to need to craft along, if they haven't already got the download or the list? I need it too, actually. I've got to dig out all my stuff. I might come in from this side now. I bet I regret this. No, that's better. Yeah, we're going to hang out together. So early tea, get together at 7. Linda's driving the... Barbara. I need to say something else. It's all right. It'll be so dark in that hole. No one will ever know, Gray. Right. See, that's the trouble, isn't it? I can't talk and do this. I'm making mistakes. Linda's driving the bus, and I'm just going to craft along, which I'm really looking forward to. It'd be nice to just have a learning session. I fancy that. I really do fancy that, actually. It'll be nice. And I did suggest to Linda that we don't make it too complicated, because she's so good at it. Sometimes what's a challenge to us is a piece of cake to her. And I know we want to stretch ourselves, but on a Friday night, I'd rather just keep it simple. Right, now, let's have a look. So what I'm suggesting is that we don't put the black line around the outside. We can always, listen, afterwards, if we look at it and we go, we should have, yeah, then we can always add it. But you can't take it away, okay? So let's have a look. Oh, stretch. And now we'll do couple of more things. Let's have a look. Okay. See the white line around the outside? What we'll do is, because it's always on the same ones that we've just drawn, isn't it? Should we do it with pencil first? It's a bit of a moving feast, this one, because it's supposed to look like light hitting it. You see, it's not quite, I haven't quite nailed it, but see, like I think it needs to be maybe a bit thinner. See how it looks like the light's hitting it there? So what we're going to do is make it look like the light's hitting it as it goes up over the top. All right, so this is the area. So let's just do that there now. Just make a bar like there. So the light's going to hit it there, and it's going to run through, and it's going to hit it there, and it's going to run through, and it's going to, hang on, and it's going to hit it there as well. You can always make them smaller. There you go. Excuse me. So we're going to come round like that, and it comes round, and it's going to hit that there, just that little bit. So it's coming round. There's a little bit of continuum here, a bit smaller there. Maybe we could start getting a bit bigger. This is why I'm doing it in pencil, because I'm not 100% on this yet. This would look good though. Right, now the light's going to hit this area here, so we don't want to colour this bit in. We're not going to black this bit out. This is whited. It stays white, see? You come round. quite big, that band, isn't it? But the thing is, so that's going to be where the light hits. Yes. Yes, yes. And then what we've got to do, right, is the black is going to be all that. I'm going to do it with pencil just to show you. All that's black. All that's black. Like that. This is all black. You leave that stripe though. Can always make it tighter if we want. There you go. See? And it doesn't, to be honest, with all these lines going on and all these, especially when you get in the hole, it's better, personally, I think, to take your pencil and, because you're going to black it out anyway, go in and actually, in rough, tell yourself which bit you're going to black out. Because otherwise, you know exactly what's going to happen, don't you? You're going to start colouring this bit in. And you don't want that bit. This is the black bit. It's inside these petals on our abalone shell or on our hole. So let's just give ourselves that little guide, eh? This will do. What's the time? 5:02 already. Well, what this one went a bit awry. That'll do. So you just got to stick to the bits. There, these are going to be the black bits. I mean, you're going to black these out with a pen, but even if you just went in with a pencil now, watch, just with a pencil, you can see in that hole, there you go, look. This is quite cool, just even with pencil. See, it's starting to get to a hole, isn't it? I'm just making sure that I colour in the right bit here. There we are. And you're going to leave these lines white, okay? Because it really accentuates. It could look, do you know what it looks like as well? As if you were in a circus and you were looking up at the big top. Hey? Doesn't it? And then the other thing is, you could put a little dangle if you wanted to. It's up to you. If you wanted to put a little dangle, but that is actually not on the black piece, it's on the white piece. So if you've got one that's particularly, I haven't got really one, a large, this isn't really big enough. If you had a large, like a large white spread here, you could always put a couple of little dangles in, couldn't you? Like if that one's quite large, then the dangles, you're going to go 1, 2, it's a bit smaller, It's going to hang like that through there, like that, dot, dot, dot. That'll do. You could do that in every single one if you were inclined. You could do tiny little ones if you felt like it. Do another, look, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then tinier. That'll do. So just saying, options, choices, but don't black that out, because that's, to get the real depth, it looks best if you don't put a black line on. Afterwards, we can change our minds, but there you go. So now, how are we going to colour it in? And this is where we've got choices as well. We've got our, I've got such a stonking, why have I got such a headache as well? It's this weather that keeps changing, you know. Did you get yourself a black Posca pen? And have you got a micron pen? See, the micron pens, you could use anything. You use a biro if you've got a black biro. If you've got a micron pen, when you buy these, they come in, I don't know where they are. You come in sets like that, right? Different sized nibs, really big, chunky. I think I've got one that's like a number 7 or a number 8. Number 8, 08, see? So you could use, these are your choices now. Let me show you. If you, for example, use a really thick one of these, it fills in faster, okay? Because it's obviously got a fatter nib. So you can use the number 8 one of the microns. We tend to, when we use these, we tend to always use the smaller ones, that with the 1 and the 005, yeah? But this is quite good, the number 8. And then the other thing is that you've got these Posca pens. These are the black ones, and you've got Well, I hope we've got them. I don't know. But you've got like the really fat Posca pen, right, which is like mega, which is fills in seconds jobby. But these are paint pens really, aren't they? And then you've got the one that's a bit thinner. So, you know, it's entirely up to you now whether you use these or whether you use choices. Felt tip pens. You could also use, if you wanted to, you could use what we've got here, which is the Perga liners, the Perga colours. And you can see here, that's a really lovely felt tip pen as well. So that would work really nicely. You know, that's nice. The bullet point of one of them. And then you've got the thin one to get into the detail. So that's all your different choices. You've got so many different choices of what you can use to colour in. And I'm going to ask you to do that before next Thursday. So when we get together next Thursday, you will have done the black, just the black. And then next Thursday, we'll tackle the grayscale. How does that sound? Yeah? Would you like to do that? I think that would be marvellous. So I'm going to call it a day because I've got to go and get over to Mum and Dad. I'm on daughter duty today. But it's been great having your company. Now, don't forget tomorrow, it's a pyjama party at 7 o'clock. So Paul's given you the links. Paul, thank you for helping me. It was lovely to have your company. And I will speak to you tomorrow evening with Linda. And other than that, have a lovely weekend. And I don't think I've forgotten anything. And if I have, do you know what? C'est la vie. Enjoy your doodling. Chill. Lots of love. And I'll speak to you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Facebook Live. Be a doodler. Be a groover. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye now. Now, where's that button? I can't see a thing here.